If you're sitting at home and you watch the things that are on the broadcast, you know, one of the things we love to do is talk to people who have made it to the top or are on the way. Working women, I'm talking about. Independent contractors. And I've got 3 of them here today. I happen to be an independent contractor also, but not in real estate. My friend Virginia Cook is head of a large brokerage, Virginia Cook Realtors. Cindy O'Gorman is with Ebby Halliday, but she has her own group. It's called the O'Gorman Group. And Melanie Thomas, who is with you're an independent contractor with RE/MAX. And I've called this group in because, Virginia, how long have you been in this business?
Well, too long that I'd rather mention, but almost 40 years.
40 years. And how long have you, Cindy?
28.
28. So, CI and Melanie, how about you?
I'm the fresh one at 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Yep.
So I want us to have a conversation, not an interview. But here's what I want to talk about. I want to know what each of you, why each of you went into this field, what it took to get successful in it, what you gained and what you gave up. Who wants to start that?
Go ahead, Virginia.
Well, I got into the business at a very tender age. I was going to SMU working on my English major, and my mother had a friend who worked at Ebby Halliday. And she said to me, this lady, this agent who works at Ebby Halliday only works 6 months a year. I said, really? That would be for me. I mean, you know, I'm like 18, 19 years old. And so I thought that would be a great idea for me to consider. I tried to get my real estate license at that time, and I was married at the age of 18, and in the state of Texas, you could not conduct real estate transactions without your husband's signature. So that was a little glitch. That law was changed in the late 60s. But I got my real estate license, brokers, I got started. Probably, Cindy, as you did, and maybe you did also, Melanie. I called Ebby Halliday. She said, you're entirely too young. You know, we do not take anyone who does not have training. So I started actually with the Judge Fight Company, and the rest is success. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful profession. And at the end of the day, I can't think of anything that is more rewarding for women to be able to help people find a home that fits their dreams, that is perfect for their family, and that they can really, really call their American dream and come home to every day.
And you had a part in making that dream come true.
Yes.
Is your story, Cindy, virtually the same when you started out?
I started out working for a commercial real estate company doing their books, and then I managed a government-controlled apartment complex. And I stayed home when my daughters were born, and as we were broke, I mean broke. So I got my license thinking once they started in school, I'd have my foot in the door. And, you know, it's very hard to do part-time if you're successful. If you get referrals, you're not going to turn them down. So mine turned into a full-time job before I wanted it to. But it was something that I thought, just like everybody that contacts me says they want to be a realtor, I liked looking at homes. I thought I would be, you know, great at, you know, ideas on how to improve the homes and resale value. But it's a lot of hard work, but it's a great profession for somebody that's single. You know, you've got to put a lot of weekends and nights into it, and that's the thing that people don't think about. But
no, you always hear, oh, it's a great business, you just work part-time.
It's hard to be part-time and make a good living, but I think if you're content with just making a certain amount just to get your family by, it's a great way to do it and be flexible with your schedule. I love that I could go to my kids' parties. I was room mother for both of them. I didn't miss a basketball game. So I loved all that. And, you know, but yet I hated every weekend and nights when you're wanting to be home with your family. So
and
you
Melanie,
sacrifice.
you've been in it not long.
Not long.
Why'd you pick this field?
Similar, actually. I was working a desk job. I was working 80 hours a week. So for me, the nights and the weekends sounded like no big deal. I was already putting in the hours. But the beauty of real estate is there truly is no ceiling. It really is the time that you put into it, you get back that result, both in reward for helping people, but also in financial success. So
how soon did you start making your mark?
Oh, it takes a while. You do have to prospect for a while, get your name out there, start getting referrals. It depends on the broker that you're with. I would say it's a good 6 months before anybody that you even learns to trust you within that field and starts bringing the real estate questions to you. And then after that, it increases over the next few years. I hear, I'm not there yet, but I hear once you reach your 5-year mark, you're really considered in the game. So.
Are you married?
I just got married, yes.
Okay,
in May.
and so no children?
No children yet.
All right. Now, what Virginia?
Well, I was just going to say, part of it, of the real estate business, is your ability to build relationships. If you're good at building relationships, whether you're staying at home and you've got all the neighbors coming for coffee and worrying with the kids when they come home, making the cookies and all that, that's the ground rule for building relationships. If you're an ace at that, you'll do exceedingly well. I think the second principle is if you really like people, helping people. And the third principle is you've got to have a boatload of patience.
I don't think
because
you could do
you're
this without
working
it.
on schedules with customers who want to look at maybe 9 o'clock on Saturday morning when you'd rather rest in, but you got to get up and go.
So there is sacrifice.
So it really is an attitude game, not as much aptitude in the real estate business, although that's essential. But it's your attitude that will cause you to be extremely successful in this business. Lots of flexibility.
And if you're not available when somebody wants to go, somebody else will be. So
Yes.
you can't miss that opportunity.
That's exactly right. As they say, somebody's always standing in line to get
Right.
your job. We're going to have to break away for a minute. When we come back, we're going to talk about real estate in today's market with social media and all of the unique technology that tends to change every 3 months, how we keep up with it. We'll be back right after this.